an empty dome, did you get a chance to kind of just get a sense for what that's going to be like for you this year, just at tonight's practice?
Yeah, I mean, you know, every day is quiet during field goal period. There's not much going on, so it's normal in that sense. But when you're in this big empty, 70,000 whatnot seat stadium, the ball sounds a little different coming off your foot. You hear the echo. You can hear people talking. Um, so it's definitely different. It's a lot better having 75,000 hoodats yelling at you, but we're getting used to it.
I'm not trying to like talk smack on Georgia State here, but I mean you played in the Georgia Dome. It's a really big venue for.
Oh, I know what you're about to say.
Yeah, look, I've covered a game there. There wasn't anybody there. You could hear everything going on.
Yeah, I could hear my mom yelling for me. So, yes, I mean, at least I have that going for me. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not the only one going through it. Every kicker in this league is dealing with it. So, it's a constant, and everyone's got to find a way to deal with it.
So, like Craig was saying, sorry, my dog was going crazy there. Craig Robertson was I saw him like out taunting you at practice the other day, and he was like trying to like get in your ear before the kicks. Are you kind of anticipating a little bit more of that just because it's going to be quiet in there? And
yeah, I asked those guys to do that. I think we have to find a way to prepare for something that we don't really know what's going to happen right now, and I think we don't know if there's going to be crowd noise. We don't know if it's going to be quiet. We don't know how much crowd noise, if any. And so we have to find a way to get better on a daily basis with what we think is going to happen. And so, when we're in here with, just us and another team, I would assume that every team's going to have tactics to mess with every position on the field. And so, without knowing what's going to happen, I'm doing the best thing I can to prepare personally. And, those guys want me to be on my A game, so they're going to do whatever they can to have me prepared. So there's no better person to do it than Craig Robertson.
Yeah, for sure. What does this like? What's your normal process when you're going through a kick? I mean, I imagine you're kind of trying to drown out noise, anyways. So does anything really change for you? I guess.
No, not much changes. I mean, obviously, like what I talked about with Craig and some of the guys that I've asked to kind of try to do their best to distract me is I can have 200,000 people screaming at me and it's white noise versus, 8 guys screaming at you. Everyone knows it's impossible to drown that out, no matter what you say. So the best I can do is keep going through the motions, going through my setup, not changing what I do. And, in practice every day I lock in and I kick and it's like, next thing you know, I've hit my kicks and practice is over. So I'm pretty good at, getting through my work, zoning everything out. But, in a game, you're not hitting 7 kicks in a row. So, obviously, come the first game, we'll figure out how it's going to go.
Specifically on, like, preparing for this season pretty successful first couple of years in the NFL. Like, what do you try to refine to actually get better, improve from last year to this year?
One thing that Morstead and I both kind of harp on is as soon as you think you've made it, you haven't. And so, obviously we had a great year last year. We had a really good year the year before. And, we're just working to build every year. And, I think we have personal goals, we have team goals. And, my attitude is I've never made it. And, I'm just going to keep working until I've made it, which I never will. So I guess that's as well as I can answer that question. Is I kind of keep my head down, regardless of success or failures. Just kind of keep working.
Is there anything specific that you're able to say that you're working on? Are you trying to get on like percentage or distance or?
There's not a specific, right? I think the biggest thing right now is we're trying to make up for lost time. We didn't have those 2 months as a unit to work on our timing, and so right now, I mean, I do feel like we're getting close to hitting stride, but I mean, we're trying to figure out our timing right now and kind of make up for the time that we didn't have in the spring. So, all we can do is keep working together, keep trying to mesh. And so as far as specifics, I mean, I'm trying to put the ball a little more down the middle than last year. I mean, that's, obviously I always want to beat my percentage as the year before, but there's some things that are out of your control. So, you know, I'm working on what I control right now, and hopefully that leads to success.
Myself, Pete, whoever's involved in calling the plays.
All right, that's all.